What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Welcome to the Realmhattan Project. I'll be your host, EE Prime. And with me, who's switching with the camera angles ready? With me, I have our usual cast characters. Derek. What's up, Derek?
What? What's going on?
Wolf with the
Chat
beard.
Squad.
What's up, friends?
Uh, Ricky Ticky Timber.
What's up, yo?
Is that the same name you used last week?
It's either that or Ricky B.
Ricky B. And last but not least, we got Gord.
Hey,
Trapped in the 1930s, Mr. Gord.
I know. Stuck here forever.
Black and white. Very classy. Very classy. Court live from 1950. And we're getting started already. All right. What's up, guys? How's everybody week been so far?
It's been pretty
Week.
good.
Pretty
I'm on the
good.
West Coast.
What are you doing on the West Coast, Derek?
On the West Coast out here on some Microsoft stuff, Out
On the
here,
West Coast doing
gracing
Microsoft.
it with my presence, Out here just, doing Microsoft shit, you know what I mean?
Microsoft?
Microsoft, son. Microsoft, huh? Microsoft, know what I'm saying?
Nah, I
You been able
mean,
to do anything while you've been out there? Or has it been just strictly work?
It's strictly work,
You haven't had a chance to do no sightseeing or nothing?
No, I actually went down to the waterfront with a couple of coworkers of mine, and let me tell you about something about me being a Marylander. Nowhere else in the world will I appreciate having seafood. Down here, ain't it? I ordered um um crab,
Oh, one of those.
crab.
I've had those before.
they,
Worse
they have
gas
an
stations?
ointment. They have an ointment
You
that'll
guys-
get rid of it.
Begins with a D.
Dick.
Dungeness crab. Yeah, I ordered a Dungeness crab, dude. I ordered a Dungeness
Dungeness.
crab because I was just like, yo, I want to, I want to get one of those because Dungeness crabs are huge, big. They don't know how to make seafood down here. First of all, they boil them in regular water and don't put nothing else in the water.
Where's that old bay, son?
Where's that Old Bay? Where's the beer? Where's all that, man? I got the mug. They put it in front of my face. Uh, Presentation was great, but they opened the joint up and it was paprika sprinkled all over it. Paprika. Like, all right, well, let me see. Let me see how this tastes. Yo, the meat had no flavor to it at all. When I tell y'all this had no flavor to it, it had no flavor to it. It's like going to a stranger's house and eating their food and then needing to have to put constant seasoning on their food and they don't have no seasoning around because they don't believe in seasoning. Fuck out of here.
Mayonnaise is too
I
spicy.
ain't want to. Right. So I called the waiter over there and he was like, I was like, I can't eat this, dude. This got no flavor. He said, yeah. He said, you from the East Coast? I said, yes, I am. He said, yeah, you wouldn't like it. You wouldn't like this. So yeah, I'm gonna take it back. So what else do you want to order? So I'm looking through the menu and it's mostly seafood, but the only thing I see on there that I actually may probably eat is chicken fingers and French fries.
You gotta eat like a child.
I gotta eat it.
Kids menu.
I had to eat a freaking kids meal just to have something to eat, man. So I felt like I was sitting at the kids table after that. Nigga, they brought it to me, everything. It had four chicken fingers on the plate and a little bit of fries, and they brought some ketchup, and they didn't have barbecue. So I was like, "What's your dipping sauces?" They said ranch, honey mustard. We had this others. They said nothing about barbecue. I said, "Y'all don't have barbecue sauce?" It was there. No, we don't have barbecue. Just give me the honey mustard. I'll take that. And man, dude, when I tell you I was so ready to go, man, I was so ready to go. Dude, how do you have a waterfront, beautiful and everything? It looks and it's decked out where you think that you're gonna get the bomb seafood down here. No, sir. Not Washington State.
It's because they're all hipsters and they're also legal out there, so everything tastes amazing to them when they eat it. Just straight trash.
Man, the joint was trash, man. I
Sorry to hear
never
that.
when I tell you I never wanted to be home so bad. Yo, I was Washington State, man. Nah, I'm ready to go home, yo. I'm ready to get back on the East Coast. I'm ready to go. As soon as I go home, when Sunday morning I wake up, first thing I'm gonna want to do is get me a Dungeon Scrab from somewhere, and I'm gonna enjoy the
Sam.
fuck out of that joint, yo.
He
Yeah,
said they
You're
fried
gonna
them in
make love
skim
to that
milk.
crab.
and they tasted like they fried them in skim milk too.
Mm.
But that's for you. I'm telling you, man. I felt like such a kid eating those daggone chicken fingers, man. Me and my coworker, man, we was pissed, man. We was like, yo, man. And he had like he had some sort of sandwich. I can't even remember what he ate. But we both sent our shit back. We was like, nah, we can't eat this.
Yo, Will,
I
big,
felt like going into the kitchen and having a master class on how to cook seafood
hey,
back
Big Will
then.
wants to know if they gave you a
Should've.
toy with your kids' meal. That's messed up.
No, they didn't. They sure didn't. And even if they did, I still wouldn't have been happy with that shit. But yeah, man, that's been my week. That's been my week. I can't wait to get back home, y'all. Hey, yo, Wolfie, how was your week, man?
My week probably a little bit more flavorful than
Favor
yours.
for the mic.
So I was also on the West Coast for a couple days. I was south of you in beautiful homeless Portland.
That's what's
The
up.
tent city.
Homeless.
Yeah, yeah. See, the tent community fellas, they need vacuums too. So I had to go out and they got to clean up. They got to clean up their mess. Dirty out there, man. But no, I spent a few days out there. I found a really cool vintage toy shop called Billy Galaxy.
Mm.
Found something I've been looking for. Got a Menosaur G1
Ooh,
Menosaur.
G1 Minosaur.
Yeah,
Nice.
found that in a Micromaster. So I would call that a successful trip. I don't care. So yeah, I had a pretty good week. I'm glad to be home. Glad that I didn't have any bland food. So
Lucky you.
yeah, good to be here. Gord, how are you?
I'm good. I built a new chair today, and I wish that I did this years ago because the last one was awful. Like the seat felt like you're sliding at, like you're always tilted forward. It's a
Mhm.
beautiful bright blue, if you can't tell, and I love it. I love this chair. I'm very excited about it.
Nice. Is it a gaming chair or is it just a regular chair?
It's a gaming chair. I picked it up
Okay.
at Staples a while ago. I had it sitting in the
Oh,
storage room.
which one is that one?
Built it.
Which one did you have? See, you're in black and white, so I can't see the colors of it. 'Cause
If you
Does-
guess the correct
does it have the
color, he'll
big-
tell you.
Does it have the padding in the back of the neck area? And the
No,
you
I
have,
was trying to look at the box. I was trying to see if I can like see something on it, but no, it's just it's blue. It doesn't come with anything extra.
oh, it doesn't come with lumbar or nothing like that.
No, it doesn't.
Hey, you talking about mine, Derek? You
Yeah.
about mine?
Yeah,
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 It's, like,
It has the
perfectly
lumbar
comfortable.
pillow.
It doesn't need it.
right.
Yeah, my son's got that something like that.
Yeah.
This lumbar pillow, you can plug it into the USB on your computer and it vibrates and shit. Yeah.
Jesus,
Wow,
Come along. we've come a long way with chairs.
Wow, wow.
Vibrating
But
chairs.
yeah, nothing else.
Yeah.
Nothing else too exciting this week.
Okay.
Yeah, nope.
Like Eric's vibrating neck over there,
Oh,
shaking his head all the time.
I don't know what you vibrating with that pillow for, and I don't want to know.
Cause my lower back be
I
hurting,
don't
dude.
either.
Yeah, no. I doubt you putting it on your lower back.
I promise you, that's where it stays. I got a hand for anything else.
Vinny said he got that same chair.
Yeah, I know. Me and Vinny talked about it one time. I told him we chair twins. We was on here on a hangout one night.
Ah.
But I think his is green or something. Mine's
USB
blue.
chairs. What a time.
Vinny
to be
got
alive.
Vinny got an M&M logo probably on the back of that joint. But yo, E,
Well, Ricky,
Ricky.
Ricky, how was your week?
I mean, fuck my week. How was your week, E?
Yeah.
No, I want to know how your week was.
My
Not
bad,
my
my
week.
bad.
I want to know your
That
week.
was not intentional. That was purely accidental, man. My bad. Because I
No,
was
it's cool.
literally looking at you and I said, E,
I get it because
How
I'm
fucked
so
up was
quiet and small. Like I'm very easily missed. I get
Ricky,
it.
Ricky,
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Ricky's here?
Don't you do that,
It's all
Ricky?
right.
Don't you
It's all right,
you
dude.
say that? Don't you say that?
My week was okay, man. It was the same as it always is. It's work. The biggest thing this week was my kids started back to school, so they had their first day
Oh, God, that
Um,
fucking
back
sucks,
on
man.
Wednesday.
I don't get it.
It's tripping me out a little, man. I'm hitting that age where I start getting those, nostalgia feels and little things reminding me how old I am. My youngest just started his last year at elementary school. Like I'm
Oh
He's
about
wow.
to
going
have
into eighth grade. Oh
no
no,
fifth
wait.
grade. He's in
All
fifth
right, so
grade.
yeah, he's in public school.
Yeah. So he's
All
gonna
right,
finish fifth grade and then he'll be in the middle school. And my oldest is in seventh grade now.
yeah.
So
Wait,
it's
they
So
kind
start
of
middle school in the sixth grade down there?
it's
yeah,
sixth, seventh, and eighth is middle school.
and then high
Oh
school is eighth
yeah,
grade.
it's seventh
Um,
grade down
High school
here.
is ninth, 10th, 11th, and 12th.
Yeah,
yeah. How
middle
it
school
is.
down here is seventh and eighth grade.
Yeah, how it is
Mhm.
here is one, they don't go back until after Labor Day,
Yeah, like the 1st of
and
September. Yeah,
public schools are the same thing. Fifth grade is elementary school. Sixth, seventh, eighth is middle school. If you go to a Catholic school,
Hmm.
or even I believe
secondary.
most of
Yeah,
the private, even the private schools, they run their elementary school up to eighth grade. So and then they go to high school. Like that's what my
Mm,
son is. He's going into eighth grade this year, so it's his
okay.
last year in elementary school. Next year he'll be in
gotcha.
high
So they just
school.
combine elementary and middle
They put it
together.
all and they don't break
Yeah.
you up. So you keep the kid in the school. They can take your money for an extra couple years
Yeah, I gotcha.
because they're not free.
Yeah.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
Yeah.
So that's
Vow poverty my ass.
that.
Anyway,
Yeah, so that was the big thing this week. I felt a little bit older. Like it's great to see. It's both my kids went to the same school. They both started VPK there, and then my oldest, aged out or
Mm.
graded out at the end of fifth grade. I don't even know what that means, Dormammu, but shut up. And then so he started middle school, but so starting from when my oldest was there, that we've been going to that same school for almost 9 years now. So like you get to know the teachers, and ironically enough, they've had almost the same teachers, even though they're two grade school years apart. They've
Mm.
ended up getting almost the same exact teachers as they've moved up. So
Mm.
like a lot of them will see me come in with the kids or my ex-wife. We all go together. Like our first day of school, it's always a thing. Me and her get together with the kids and go walk with them to class and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And every year, like even their VPK teacher, who I love, Miss Pettis, she was an amazing teacher for both of my
stop
kids.
name dropping.
I can name drop her. She was an awesome teacher. I hope somebody finds her and takes their kids to her class. But
Mhm.
she was the very first teacher that either one of them had in school. And every year she sees us, she tears up a little because she was there
Is that
literally.
right?
My kids were literally 5 years old in her class. Now my
Yeah.
oldest is about to be 13, and like he towers over her now, and she remembers when he was little. Like it's really nice to have that little circle going like that, and it made me kind of sad. That kind of after this year, I won't be going back to that school no more. I won't be seeing those teachers
Mm.
anymore. That'll be the end of that cycle. So
Now, does she tear up because they're like really good kids, or does she tear up
they
because
were
they're
great.
like, oh
I
fuck,
know most
they
parents
back
say it.
again?
I know most parents say it, but my kids are really good kids, and anybody
Yeah,
that's ever met them will
I
tell you
know
that.
they
But
are. Yeah, they
yeah,
seem like they're real good kids, man. You got some good boys.
I got lucky. Like I told my mom, I had the mom that was like, I hope when you grow up and you have kids, they're 10 times worse than you were.
Yeah.
She had that conversation. So I literally called her one time. My oldest had just got like his first straight A report card.
Mm,
And I
okay.
had got like some kind of like student of the month for like being nice and helping another student or something like that.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
I called her up and I was like, hey, let me tell you about your grandson. So I told her all that. She's like, oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm like, you know what
That's
else?
what's up.
I was like, if this is 10 times worse than I was a fucking angel. And you should have been thanking me for how I behaved when I was a child. So and she started like, she's like, you're so stupid.
Uh,
But no,
nice,
I am
man.
blessed. They are great kids. That was my big thing this week, just work and school. And now
That's what's up.
I'm ironically enough, besides one of you, I'm really happy to be here hanging out and talking with y'all.
Why you pointing at Derek for?
Oh, I
I don't
wasn't.
know
I'm
why you
pointing right
pointed.
at
Oh
you,
no
bro. I
no no
spent
no!
all my
Your
energy.
arrow is pointing right
Your
towards Derek.
arrows, your fingers pointing this way.
See, I gotta fix my camera
Watch this.
because
Watch
I
this.
had it
And now
Watch
you're
this.
really
Watch this.
pointing. There you
Watch
go.
this.
There you go.
Wonder Twin Powers.
on my screen. We're
Activate.
touching right now. See what I'm saying? On my
No,
screen, we're
but
touching.
on
Yeah.
everybody else's screen, you're not.
Oh, so I
Yeah,
gotta
y'all
fix all
touching?
that shit.
You touching?
Yeah, touching tips, man.
Are you best friends
Yeah,
now?
yeah. Touching
Yep.
tips? No. Mm-mm.
But
Nah,
yep,
nah.
that's it for me.
I want that.
That's
Hey yo, E. Before we get to you, because I really want to hear about your week. Hey yo, Will. Yo,
Real quick.
Will, every
Who are
time
you
you
eating at right
every
now?
time you
Who got
come on
food?
this show, you eating the Popeye sandwich. Dude, I swear, every time you gonna get bubble guts one day messing around with them Popeye sandwiches, man. I'm here to tell you, eat some home cooked meals for a change, man. Every day. Popeye sandwich. Oh, I'm about to down this Popeye sandwich. Oh yeah, I'm about to get this Popeye sandwich. Yo, your stomach is about to be rotten. Yo, get a home cooked meal, man. Go to the refrigerator and heat you up something else. Leave them Popeyes chicken sandwiches alone. Yeah, I know they're good, but yo, man, you need to eat regular food too.
Willie,
Okay.
don't listen to this nonsense. You eating Popeye's chicken sandwiches while you can, because in another 15 years, you're going to have our old man guts, and you ain't going to be able to eat none of that shit. So you enjoy it right now, because
Yeah,
you're going to
nah,
be
nah,
busting
nah.
down with
He need to
antacids in
stop
a few
now.
years.
He stop now.
Mhm.
You know.
All right, so
Or
real
else
quick,
you're
who
gonna
am I
get this.
pointing
You're
at?
gonna get a gut like this.
Now
And
you
Who am I
got
that
it
be
pointing at?
right.
E.
Am I
That be
Now
pointing at
you
E.
got
you?
it right.
Okay, cool. This is the one I was pointing at. This one right here is the one I was trying to point at. That one.
My man.
Okay, got it.
What up,
Now
E?
you got
What's
it
My
right.
hey
mirror,
Now,
my
yo?
thing was mirrored. I got it.
Hey, yo, E. How was your week, man?
it was right. I just want to highlight this real quick. Let me tell you something, Ramu. Fucking Common Core. Sitting there years ago trying to help my son with his math homework. And he's like, you got to draw these boxes. And I'm like, what the fuck you mean I got to draw boxes?
You talking about the
But
This
5
is
yeah,
square?
math. Just
Common
add the
Core. Yeah,
numbers.
yeah.
What are you
Common Core
doing?
math,
And
dude.
he's doing boxes and circles. I'm like, what the hell? No, no, no,
But
no,
here's the
no,
thing
no,
that most people misunderstand about
no,
that
no, no,
is he doesn't have to do it that way. He just has to understand how it works. They throw out a
no, no,
bunch of
no, no.
they throw out the
Put
way
the
we did it
two
in
on top of
school.
the two. Put the line underneath.
They do
It's
that.
4. That's
They
it.
do that.
I don't
They do
need
that.
boxes on the side. No, no, no,
They
no,
do that. They
I'm
do
with
all
you.
that too.
no, no,
They
no,
just
no.
have to know all that stuff because
No,
not
you
everybody
don't.
learns
No,
the
you
same
don't.
way.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Common Core is the dumbest fucking thing ever created.
Okay.
It really is.
It
It
is.
really is.
It is the
I'm
It
dumbest
here to
is.
tell
fucking
you,
thing
it
ever
really
created.
is.
I
Okay.
despise it with a passion. And if
Hmm.
I could ever meet the person who came up with it, I will fucking slap the shit out of him.
Yep.
Thank
I
you.
heard he
Yeah.
was a Mets fan.
Probably was. So yeah, my week's been okay though. You know, just work, work, work.
That's
Nothing
good,
exciting
man.
going on. Counting down to my vacation. So
That's good.
that's it.
Is that still on? They haven't tried to chicken pox you out of it or whatever
No,
it is?
no,
The
no.
chicken.
We're not monkeypox out yet.
Yet.
You know,
Yeah.
New York is still kind of low with all that, so we're good there.
Mhm.
You know, at this point, it's going to be. I think we're going to take them to the movies tomorrow,
What are you
and
gonna
after
see?
that, I don't know. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Minions, DC Super Pets, whatever my daughter want to see.
Was that
And
Super
after,
Pets any
Yeah, the
good?
one with Rock
I
and
have no,
Kevin Hart. Yeah, I
I have
haven't
no
seen it
idea.
yet.
But after that, it's we're hibernating in the house till the trip for next two
Oh,
weeks.
it's next week y'all are doing that movie.
2 weeks. No, tomorrow.
Oh, I got
So
you.
this weekend, after this weekend, no, we're not leaving the house.
Gotcha.
We're not leaving the house.
You're
We're
gonna,
not getting
you're
sick.
gonna saran wrap the windows and everything.
Yep.
Mhm.
Nice.
Not
Shout
leaving the
out to
house.
Common Core Math.
Mm-mm.
No.
Nope.
Yeah. Besides
But
that, my week's
yo,
pretty good, man.
I really shouldn't get on Will though because no lie, no bullshit. Going back to the eating, I ate at Honey Baked Ham for 3 days straight this week,
Mm.
and every day, me and my coworkers got the pulled pork barbecue sandwiches that were there. Them sandwiches are fire, yo. Oh my
Yeah.
god, yo.
I have
And we
never
Honey
thinking
eaten
baked
about
ain't no joke.
breakfast.
Mhm.
and we thinking about going there
See,
tomorrow
look,
before we get on the plane.
you ain't got to worry about Common Core when you're his age. You just cheat your way through school. Shame on you, Willie.
We'll don't do
Shame
that.
on you.
Right.
That's definitely not going to help you in the future.
Mm-mm. It will not.
Mm. See, Eric,
Ain't nothing
Eric,
like
Eric
ain't
feels
nothing
me.
like being in a
Hey,
McDonald's drive-through and don't know how to count.
Eric feels me though. Quit shaming that boy, man. We used to slam down pizzas and hot pockets when we were his age. Don't be telling him not to eat that hot chicken sandwich. You do you, Willie. Let us live vicariously through you. I'll pop tums while we talk about it.
Nah, man. Food wasn't as processed like it was now back in the day, you know.
It was
I will
worse.
say that.
It was
It
worse.
was worse.
It was
They didn't
worse.
have
Mhm.
the regulations that we have now. They did
Remember,
worse.
McDonald's chicken nuggets used to have dark meat.
It didn't even have
Now
no
it's all
chicken
white
in it.
meat.
It'd be like one piece of chicken
Now
in
it's
it.
all white meat because it's healthier.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, not to forget
Nah,
the fact that they fry it and everything else they do. It's white meat.
McDonald's say they use white meat for their chicken nuggets. I'm here to tell you that's bullshit.
It is.
Well, it's not. We all know it's not actually chicken either, but
Yeah, it's emu.
It's not
Don't ruin
chicken
that
either.
for me.
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah.
It's emu
And there
meat.
you go. There you go. It's not
Emu.
chicken.
Oh, I wore my wrong hat. Let me go get the tinfoil real quick.
Yeah, them nuggets is limu emu, and they probably got a little bit of Doug in them too.
And you put
So
enough hot
anyway,
mustard on them, they're fucking delicious.
mm-mm. Oh,
hot
ugh.
mustard. Okay. On that note, let's get started on our first segment of the night.
It's time for the collector showcase.
Is that sign
That's
still
so
backwards?
fucking funny, man.
That's the best part. I love Dormammu. He's a trick
That's-
dude.
Or
Or is that
Dormammu
Dust?
didn't make
That was
that.
Dust.
Your mama
No,
didn't make
Dust
that.
didn't make that either.
Who made
Either
that?
one of them made it.
He
You-
made that.
Nah.
He made it.
Yes,
Yeah,
He
he
made
made
yes,
that
I
shit.
made it.
Oh,
Yes, I made
Look,
it.
you made it?
Yeah,
We
I
will come up
everybody-
with something better soon.
I
I
hate it.
promise
It was
everybody.
trash.
But
everybody
No.
knows EE
Leave that
Prime
alone
cannot
forever. I
whistle.
love that.
I hate it now. I hate it now. Never mind.
Yeah.
I love it.
Garbage.
Everybody
Kills
know
me
he
every
can't
time.
whistle. He can't
Look
whistle to save his
look
life.
like McFarlane made it. I hate it. No, I like that. You should actually leave it. I think that's funnier.
No, it's a good promo, man. But yo, I'm mad that we got to use that now due to the other promo getting flagged, man.
Yeah,
That's
the
some
stupid
bullshit,
song
man.
thing.
That's some bullshiggity.
so, Ricky, this is your chance to shine.
Oh,
Tell us your
yay.
story.
Tell us your story.
All right, so I do have a
Speak your
little
truth.
story. So let's get the sad part out early so we can move on to the fun stuff. So my parents divorced when I was 9 months old, raised by a single parent mom. I was the
Hold
oldest
on.
grandchild in my family. Yep, go ahead and get out your system.
I get my
gra-
tissues.
my grandmother helped in the raising of me, and I was very spoiled as a child. I never did without. My mom worked sometimes 2-3 jobs while I was growing up because she made sure I didn't just get what I needed. She made sure I got what I wanted. If I wanted it, she made it happen. And so I know that sounds like a weird opening, but that's to explain kind of my fascination with Batman and how I kind of came into loving that character. Although my mom is alive and still is, thank God, she lives not too far away and helps with the kids and stuff. It was very much feeling that being alone as a child. Like I connected with that Bruce Wayne orphan aspect, the not having a parent around. I was a latchkey kid by full definition of the word. We actually had latchkeys on our houses growing up and stuff, and so I fell in love with the character because here was a person who was by himself, like I was by myself, and was able to be better than regardless of anything that had happened in his life. So I always had that little connection with him. And that made me start getting to love of Batman. But where I really fell hard, and if anybody knows me, they know this answer. It's Batman the Animated Series. It is, to this day, my favorite thing. I have tattoos on my back of it. I have so much stuff of it. It's ridiculous. Nobody's seen even most of it. Like, I even surprised Derek behind screen when we were just talking before show. Like, he didn't realize some of the stuff I had, and there's even more still packed away. So they said, you want to do your showcase? I said, I'm gonna do about this. And that's just a quick start out. And here's the story. I had it all when I was a kid. Like, I had all the vehicles, all the characters, all the everything that went to Batman the Animated Series. I had it, and sometimes doubles and triples of it because people knew I liked it. They'd get me stuff for birthdays and Christmas and stuff like that. Well, my mom decided one day, Eric B, you're wrong. My mom decided one day that I was too old for my stuff. So she passed it on. There was her best friend when she was in high school, Miss Debbie, and her kids. I grew up with them. They're like brothers and sisters to me. We've literally spent our whole lives together. And so when I outgrew them, she passed them on to Aaron, which is my best friend, the middle child. And he had them until his mom thought she outgrew them. And then they went to friends of ours named Ben, who had them because he was younger than us. So he had all my toys. And then after he outgrew them, it came back to Aaron's nephew. His older sister had a child by then, and he was old enough to have Batman. So it came back from Ben to Jared. And then Jared had them until he outgrew them and went to his brothers, and then his next little brother. And then when they were all grown up past that stage, their mom hit me up. They're like, "Hey, uh, some of your stuff survived. Do you kind of want it back?" I'm like, "Are you serious?" Now, it's not much anymore, but granted, you heard how many hands it just went through over 30 years. I did end up getting back um, this case, which I've had. This has been
Wow.
mine since I was a child. It no longer has the tray inside of it anymore. That's dead and gone somewhere along the
Oh,
Wow.
lines.
carrying case.
The
Yep,
collector's case. Okay.
the collector's case. I had it, and I actually had like 3 of those, like because they had a couple with different covers on them and stuff. But this one came back, and inside of it was 3, 6, 9, 12, like 13 or 14 of my figures that had survived all these years and actually come back to me. Um, when I got them back, I was an adult. I had kids. That's why she's like, "Hey, do you want them back?" So now they're actually part of my kids' collections. I had to reach out to my oldest. I was like, "Hey, you want to do me a favor?" I said, "We're doing a show tonight, and I'm gonna be talking about this stuff. Go get them out of your collection and let me borrow them for a little bit to show everybody."
Yeah.
So he
Yeah.
actually gathered it all together for me, and so I got some of the stuff to show you guys. This actually
Pause real
was
quick.
go for it.
Okay, no. Show me the Batmobile. Show me the Batmobile.
This was my Batmobile when I was a
Yeah.
kid. This was and
Nice.
the very first day they had it, they put it in their closet, and my youngest threw something in on top of it, and it broke the lid off of it.
Oh
So
no.
That's
they
Oh
sad.
have
no, man.
they have it, but the hinge is broken, so only one side still has a hinge. But it still has like all the stickers
Wow.
on it. You know, all the
Those
spikes
little
still come out
shits.
of it. The little flight jet still comes out of it, and all that stuff. Like it
Oh,
still
right.
works. And
Okay.
so they had that. What did you need me to pause for, Eric, before we move on?
I
You know what's
just,
you
you
know
know,
what's amazing about that Batmobile? That particular feature they didn't show. I can't remember them. I can't remember seeing that particular feature. The little separated little jet that comes out the Batmobile in the back. I don't remember seeing that in the show.
It wasn't.
The jet part, it wasn't. It's a toy
Yeah.
feature.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my first time seeing that.
Mhm.
That's pretty amazing. That's pretty
that's
dope.
my second favorite Batmobile design.
Yeah.
Like this is the one I played with. See, I'm never like anybody that knows me knows I'm
Mhm.
not an inbox guy. My
Mhm.
rule about being an inbox collector is if I have more than one and it's something that I really really love, then
Mhm.
I'll keep one in box and play with one. So
Right.
this was
Right.
my play one, and this is what I kind of caught Eric off guard with is I actually still have one in box that I've had since I was a kid.
Nice.
Now
Okay.
my mom went into my toy box and gave away my loose stuff. She didn't know I had
Mhm.
this stuff packed up in the closet. So I had the
Mhm.
Batmobile, and I've only ever taken it out of the box long enough to put the stickers on it and then put it right back in there. So it has all the parts still on it. It still has the hinge on it. It has the missile that actually goes in the bottom of this part of the jet. That
Yeah.
is like if you go to try to buy one of these, that's the
Mhm.
thing that'll get you money is if you still have that drop missile that's in there.
Oh,
But
okay.
I had that still in case, and then I had these 3 vehicles still in case that I've had that were packed away. I'm gonna try to get the glare off of them. But I've had these 3. You hear everybody always talks about the ice Batman, the ice suit Batman. This is his tank. This is the tank that he goes to because I had the ice Batman that everybody makes jokes about. It was this tank.
The ice
And then
hammer.
yep, the ice hammer. This is actually a
Hmm.
Batman tank, and I believe it shows. Yep, if you actually look on the box, it shows the snowsuit Batman driving it.
There we go. I'm
Okay.
about to say, I see
That's
nothing but
Yeah.
white.
Yeah.
yeah,
I
that's the
saw
one
nothing
that
but white.
It's all
that's the
white
Batman.
boxes.
Yeah, that's the Batman that everybody jokes about. Is that one? That's the ice Batman. So
Okay.
I still had those. When I passed to my kids, I went ahead and opened them. I actually have them all out of box now. It's part of their collections. Like they still have all their firing, like all their firing stuff still goes off. Like it's still spring
Mhm.
loaded and still fires out and stuff. Like everything
Mhm.
still works. So I kept the Batmobile in the box, and I kept the gray suit Batman still in package that I've had since I was a kid, and the Bat Cycle that I've still had since I was a kid. And that's because I had 2 of these, and you'll see, I had probably about 5 or 6 of these when I was a kid because this is the one that everybody just bought you because it was the one that was everywhere. But it's the one that everybody wants now. But those are the ones that are still in package. Now, in that case, when it came back to me, I had these. I had 2 of that gray Batman I just showed y'all with their capes that still work. They're not broken or anything. One of them, this one I believe looks like it got chewed on a little, like on its ears. I don't know what happened there. Then I had one of those crazy suit Batmans in there, kind of made it back. This doofy one from the New Adventures of Batman and Robin, that's the bat symbol I hate, by the way. I
Wait, that's an
have
orange costume?
nah, it's like a reddish color, reddish brown color. It had I still remember the thing it had. It was like this backpack that went onto it, and it had a red dome thing that went over it, and you had a little switch that it would shoot red discs out of it. I still remember the whole get up for it, but that's that one. I have the Joker somewhere in their room. I still actually have the squeezy backpack for his gun that sprayed water out of it. I still have my Riddler. Survived all these years. I still have him. I have Penguin. Ironically, we were just talking about Penguin a little earlier, and you can see like how old they are. Like the paint's rubbing off on them and stuff, like on the top of his hat and
Yeah.
everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I have Two-Face from the cartoon.
Yeah.
And then random ones that I had is I have the Tommy Lee Jones Two-Face, which is trash. I have this random bat suit that is from the Batman Forever line for no reason at all because it was never in the movie. Then I have this stupid Robin on his little power sled that looks nothing like Chris O'Donnell. But if you see this, it still
Yeah.
fires. So fuck it, still works.
Yeah. So that's
But
so you got a mixture of movie and TV.
I had it all,
Stuff.
but this is what
Yeah.
survived. I had it all.
Okay.
And then
I got
these next two that I kind of set to the back um are some of my favorites. And I think it was Wes I was actually talking about these with, but
Mhm.
these have survived too and came back. So
Shout
I
out to
have
Rock Jesus.
this Nightfall Batman,
Yeah.
the red
Yeah.
suit, and then
Mhm.
I had that one.
I have the original black and red with his firing hell
That's the one. That's the one. I
missile
had.
one.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I mean, those still survived and made it through the years. Um, I love the fact that they're in my kids' collections. They love them. Like my oldest is very much OCD like me and very collector friendly as a child. He loves them. He wants them to stay around. He's talked about having them when he gets older and stuff. So he's very much into that kind of stuff. So they have it now in their stuff, and I've just kind of upgraded like for my set. Like I have the DC collectibles. I have the
Mhm.
entire animated series Batman set. I have everything. Um,
Mhm.
Vehicles, play sets. I have it all. Um, I know McFarlane picked it back up.
Mhm.
Um,
Which you're not
everybody
happy
knows.
about.
Everybody knows how I feel about McFarlane.
Yeah. I
I'm.
know.
This.
I know.
This is how I feel about it. As long as he just continues the line as it is, I don't care that his name's on the box because I
Mm.
throw everything in the garbage anyways, box wise. The thing that matters to me is if he McFarlane's it. Like I don't want him to change the scale. I don't want him to, put his spin on it. I don't care if he doesn't like the joints and stuff that are on it. I want it to match the set that I have because there's gaps in it that they never finished making before DC
Mhm.
Collectibles stopped making them. So I need him to fill
Mhm.
those gaps, and then he can do whatever the fuck he wants from that point. If he wants to blow around on the New Adventures of Batman and Robin, rock and roll, because I'm not getting any of those anyways. So just terrorize that line. Just don't do it to the animated series stuff, and I'll be
I
happy
mean,
with it.
well, I mean,
I don't
with
think he will.
everything that comes out, they do tend to make them a bit better. Is it that you want the original, you want to still remain the original designs, or you're just looking at the scale?
The scale matters and the look matters. Like I want it to look like this. This looks animated, like it comes off the
Mhm.
animated screen. They got crappy hips, they got those stupid T joints that nobody likes, and I don't like them either. But
Mhm.
I just don't want it to. I don't want him to over McFarlane. I don't need toe hinges. I don't need any of the doofy
Okay,
stuff that he does.
I got
I
you.
don't want hard capes. I want a soft cape so it can move. I don't want stuff
Yeah.
sculpted over their arms because okay, to show this is his arm straight up. Let's talk about the McFarlane version of the same figure. This is as far
I
as you
see.
get.
I see what
This
you
is as
mean.
far as you get his arm up because of that sculpted cape
Yeah.
over his shoulder. And I don't need this nonsense in my line. And then look at the
Yeah.
size difference. Like I don't need that. I need them to
Yeah.
scale into what already exists. As
I
long as he
got
does
you.
that, he'll get some of my money. If he does the McFarlane stuff to it, everybody already knows how I feel about him. If he does that to my animated series stuff, I'm gonna burn his name to the ground. I will. There will be no redemption for that man at that point. But other than that, I just wanted to share that, like the getting it when I was a kid, and um, um,
Ricky, is there a like a Grail piece from the old school toy line that you're looking for that you don't have?
oh man, like the one thing that I always wish I had kept, because I never made the animated series version, but I did have the Batman Returns Wayne Manor that I used for my Batcave and stuff, because it was like a fold out trifold thing, and the
Okay.
front had the facade of Wayne Manor, but then everything else was like the interior of the Batcave, and had like the you'd put them in the elevator, like you'd clip Bruce Wayne in there, and you could just rotate it and have one of your Batman figures on the other side, and it's like he changed uniforms and all that stuff. Like I really like that, and I wish I still had that to give to them to let them have as a play set with the stuff. Um, I even have somewhere I have the Batjet from this too. It's just missing the missiles that fired out from underneath the wings. It still has the gray claw that came underneath it and stuff, but that must be in his room. I forgot to get that from him. But there's no real grails that I'm chasing because I'm not building that collection. That's my kids
Yeah.
now. It's their toy to play with. Like literally, when I get done tonight, these are going to go back in their toy box to play with.
Okay.
I was going to ask you, if are you going to I know how you have your sound wave,
Mhm,
display. I was
mhm.
wondering if you were going to do a Batman display similar to it.
That is kind of why this is all downsizing. I've talked
Okay.
about it before. Why I'm downsizing my MP collection to Legend scale is because
Yeah.
with Legend scale, I can get everything pretty much just on these two shelves here.
True.
Because it's not just
True.
animated series. I have cases and boxes of DC and stuff like that, because of course Batman
Gotcha.
was my start in, but I like DC just in general. And then I have other
Okay.
random stuff that I like too that I can fill in on these shelves, some and stuff like that, and just get more of my collection out there. Because like I said to you guys, talking to y'all, if y'all walked in here, you'd think Transformers is my number one love. It's not. It's my second
Hmm.
favorite after Batman.
Okay. Sure.
So I would like to have some kind of representation. I got pictures and stuff that are on the wall that are Batman, but none of my collection shows. Like everything is literally right now, animated series wise, is in this box right here and that box right there, because I did have them in a Detolf that I switched
Hmm.
out the turtle stuff into, because the Batman figures were just kind of nuts to butts standing in a straight line, and they look doofy anyways. And the turtles I could get into action poses in that same space. So I took them out with the intent of redisplaying them, and then realized, hey, I ain't got no shelves to put them. So that's when I came with the idea of downsizing Masterpiece to Legend scale to give myself more room.
Gotcha.
Got
Okay.
it. Interesting. So you do the Batman stuff, you do the Transformer stuff. Obviously, some of this relates to your childhood, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of brings us into our next topic of the night, and I actually want Wolf to take this off. Like I want to know from everybody on the squad tonight, even the guys in the chat squad. Please chime in. What kind of collector are you? What do you collect? How do you collect? What's your thought process? Like, you know. So talk to me, Wolf. What kind of collector are you?
Gosh, I've been I've been a completionist. So that's how it started out, I guess. I was a masterpiece guy at first. I was collecting all the masterpiece stuff, regardless of what it was. I was getting the die clones. I was getting the G2. When I was in the Marvel Legends for a bit, I was getting all the Marvel Legends MCU stuff. Again, same for Star Wars. I was just picking it all up, and then I I filled up a very small space very quickly, and that wasn't good because I just it was costing a lot of money. So what I've done now is it depends on how much I love it. Transformers, with the G1 stuff, I want a complete American set if I can get it. Masterpiece, I'm just down to guys on the show.
Hmm.
Same for other things. Like I'm into the Thundercats line. I'm only getting certain characters. I don't need Pumra or the Red Lion-O or Captain Cracker. Who gives a fuck?
Don't be
I mean,
racist, sir. Saltine American.
Yo, that was perfect. Yo, I
that,
like that. I like that.
Ricky, that was really good. Thank you. Saltine American.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've become more of a, again, depends on what the franchise is. Just the characters I like. It makes sense. Saves me money, saves me space, so I can put the things up I really love. That's where I'm at. Gord, what kind of collector are you?
Oh, it's kind of like a little of this and that. It feels like sometimes, I was getting deep into Black Series, but the more that it's going on, especially this year, it's hard to even want to buy some of that. But I kind of do focus collecting a little bit. I like picking up teams and characters, like associated like that. So like Ninja Turtles or Ghostbusters, I might have the 4 of each, right, and not the rest. But a lot of that's been carded lately, so I was going to end up throwing a lot of stuff on the wall, uh, that a ways eventually, and see Transformers, GI Joes, and all that stuff. Like I grew up with all that, but really like the core of everything is like Turtles, Ghostbusters, the Dino Riders. Like it's like all that secondary stuff, like more the tail end of the '80s. Like I was born in '85, so I'm just a little younger, but as much as I grew up with the other stuff, like the attachments are different. Going right into the '90s, like I had like bits and pieces of stuff. So like I wonder if that's where like the hodgepodge is for me in collecting a lot of that stuff. Just lots of one-off characters. Like say I'm good just having a He-Man and a Skeletor. I have a lot more than that, but I would be just as comfortable to do that. So my collecting is just an absolute mess. Like I get a little bit of everything. It's kind of fun to just dip your toe in all the pools, all the collector water there. And no, like lately getting back into Lego. That was like a 10-year hiatus. So everything's just a new adventure like that. Like it's how I look at it. I don't have like one solid focus. It really is just everywhere. Like it's always changing. It's always evolving. Sell the collection to fund the collection. So
Yeah.
NJCC is coming up. Sadly, I won't be selling at that one. But that's usually what's happening there. Recycling that stuff, and I'm buying the next
Yeah.
thing. And
Oh,
sometimes I've
okay.
sold entire lines, and I get back into them and I rebuy it all. And it's
Gotcha.
that's what the fun of it is to me. Like the collection's never complete because I'm always getting rid of it and starting it over.
Mm.
So I'm probably the worst kind of collector.
Oh, okay.
What about
So
you, Eric?
With me, oh, so with me, I've kind of been the same way. I've been in and out of different properties and collections. Like I was into classics for a while, sold my classics. Now I'm kind of jumping into Mondo stuff and regarding He-Man, regarding Transformers, I do Legends, like Ricky said, because mostly because of space issues. Um, I'm not per se a completionist. Um, and I'm not an inbox collector either. Um, like the only thing I feel like I want to be a completionist on is I would like a full Legend scale seasons 1 through 4, which when it comes to Transformers.
okay.
I would like them. And I'm hoping that one day it'll be done. You know that they've touched on some season 3. You've had some companies touch on season 4 so far. No, but all the properties I collect all stem from my childhood. Like it's like my top 5 was Transformers, He-Man, GI Joe. Look behind me. Star Wars, X-Men. Those are my top 5, and that's pretty much all I have. I don't really collect anything from any modern lines. Probably the most modern line thing I collect are maybe the McFarlane Vox Machina figures. There's no MCU stuff. There's no, I don't know. Like I'm not collecting figures from the boys and things like that. Like even though these shows are great, it's just not how I collect. And I'm also like, I'm not one of those guys who, Ricky's a Soundwave fan, right? So
Mhm.
I need to try. I need every Soundwave out there. For me, one Soundwave, one version of a character is enough. The only thing that's going to be a little different is with Mondo, as I'm going with like the Masterverse stuff and the Mondo stuff for He-Man. Are any of you guys inbox collectors?
No. No.
just for
I am to an
collecting.
extent. I am to an extent. I think it's um, if it's something that I want and I want to feel and experience, I'll get two of those things, so I can still have one in the box, and um, that I mean, in that way, I guess that would be my level of inbox collecting, to say the least. Um, for me, I've gone through three stages of collecting. I've done nostalgia collecting, which is you go and get all the stuff that you saw as a kid growing up, and you see as a young adult, and you want to re-experience it again and just get it, and then just have it, play around with it, and that's how that's how you do that. But then even doing that, it turns into sporadic collecting, where you're just collecting things, and it doesn't even make sense for you to have it. You're not going to do anything with it. All it's going to do is just sit off to the side. You're familiar with it and you know what it is, but you have no real attachment to it. But you're just happy that you have it because it's out there. It's just basically out there. So with going through those stages, I had to turn to my third level and my final level, which is called focus collecting.
Hmm.
That basically is, I got to figure out where what do I want my collection to look like? Do I want it to be just all Transformers? Do I want it to be GI Joe? Do I want it to be He Man? Do I want it to be Super Friends, Justice League, or whatever? And because when you're in that type of focus collecting, you want to focus on displaying it and being able to show it off. So you have to have some sort of discipline when it comes to that type of collecting. Now, you're still going to collect other stuff, but you're mainly going to be focused on the ones that you want to actually show to others, to say, hey, this is what I collect. This is the main thing that I collect. Everything else is just going to sit in a closet or sit off in the storage somewhere, like my stuff do. um, but yeah, I'm at this stage in my life, I'm more of a focus collector because I want my collection to look a certain way on the shelves when I show it to everyone. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So yeah, I guess that's the level that I'm at right now. There's all sorts of levels of collecting. You just have to define it for yourself and determine what it actually is, and be able to make that particular decision as far as your collecting goes, because anybody can just grab stuff to say, oh yeah, I got that. But guess what, these prices ain't getting any cheaper for a lot of this stuff either. So you're digging into your pockets,
Got that
trying
right.
to you're digging in your pockets, and you're not even sure about what type of collector you really want to be. My rule now that I have, and I've shared this with a lot of y'all, if I'm not displaying it, I'm not buying it. It's just that simple. These prices has gotten crazy, particularly since the pandemic started. Now, there's some of it is actually coming down, but at the same time, we still had went through that. So those disciplines changed for a lot of people. You know, Blitzway Voltron shouldn't have been $700. Let's just be real about that. If we never went through that pandemic, that Blitzway Voltron wouldn't have been $700. It may have been, I say at the most, it would have been 500, maybe. But I'm not saying that that's not worth the $700 that was paid for. I think it was very much worth the $700 that was paid for, that was asked for it. But at the same time, you have to make up in your mind, what is it that you really want? Are you going to spend this money on something that you're not even going to display or even touch, for that matter? Then you're going to get two of them just to say you got them. It kills me to see some of these collectors out here that just be buying stuff just to have the bragging rights to say, oh yeah, I got like four of these now, and I got six of these now, and I'm like, yo. And first of all, them collectors are 25 or under with no responsibility whatsoever. But when it comes time to offload that stuff, nobody wants it because everybody got it already. So what did you buy all them figures for? Just to say you have them, or just to try to attempt to turn a profit on it? And those are the collectors I can't stand, because then you want to try to get double. You're gonna try to up the price for something that nobody really wants. I mean, everybody has already gotten it. When y'all see me sell some of that stuff, you'll never see me sell it over the retail price that I originally paid for it, because it makes no sense to. It's like a car to me. I mean, everybody thinks differently about that, but it's like a car to me. It depreciates in value the longer you have it. So what I'm not going to do is charge is I'm not going to charge you I'm not going to charge you 400. I'm not going to charge you over $400 for that MP Optimus Prime that's used, that had my fingers and everything all over it, that's had me transformed it a couple of times so the joints are loose. You know, I'm gonna knock it down. I'm gonna knock it down a few bucks. Probably knock it down a lot. Y'all seen me sell stuff. Y'all see me sell it for cheap. Cause I don't want it no more, and I just wanted to go. I'm trying to get money to get the next thing that I want.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So you know, that's how I feel about when it comes to me collecting. And I know some of y'all feel differently, but hey, that's okay too. You win. It's all about what you want to do. But that's how I go through. I go through stages when it comes to me collecting. So that's what I do. Ricky, what do you do?
Y'all already heard I open everything.
Yeah. So I mean, it's different stages for everybody. People in the chat, they do different thing. They do different things, and he and I'm looking at some of the comments here. Yeah, you all do your collection is different too. And
I'm a
that's cool.
nostalgia collector. I'm a nostalgia
Yeah,
collector.
yeah.
Like
I'm
one
definitely a
thousand
nostalgia
percent.
collector.
And a lot of it is updated, like very nice versions of stuff that I either had when I was a kid or really wanted when I was a kid.
Mhm.
And it's something I can share with my kids.
Hmm.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's funny that you mentioned how people buy things just to buy them. Yep. And yeah, I'm probably gonna get some slack if this ever gets out. You ever go in any Marvel Legend groups
Marvel
on
Legend group.
Facebook?
You know what? No,
Man,
Nah,
look, look,
too
look,
much
look, look,
on
look.
there.
I
yeah,
used to until I sold all my legends.
You have guys that will sit there and spend two, three, four times what the wave is just to get it from overseas first, just to get it first, just to say you got it first. And then you have these same people 3 weeks later
mm,
doing a fire sale where they got 100 Marvel Legends laid out on a dirty mattress talking about, I got bills to pay. Well, you just spent fucking $600 on a wave just to say you got it before everybody else.
hmm
It's I sit there and I look at these groups and I can't help but laugh. Sorry, Marvel Legends collectors. Yes, I am a Marvel Legends collector myself, but you will never see me spend twice, three times the value
Yeah.
just because I want to say I got it first.
Do you remember when people
No,
were
no,
paying
no.
$300 for Rogue?
Yeah.
And then Hasbro just
mm,
released another one, and everybody was mad as hell
Well,
about that.
well, the thing with Rogue was they put her out in that old Juggernaut wave. They never put another one out for years. So people who had came in afterwards, they couldn't find one. And Marvel Legends collectors are dre- they're ruthless, man.
mm.
I remember when Chadwick Boseman died.
Oh
Yes.
God,
All of a sudden,
the
all of a sudden,
day
that
he died.
MCU Black Panther went from sale price that it was
It
on
was
sale
warming
on
pegs everywhere.
Amazon
No.
to over $100.
Yep.
That's
Mm.
true.
Fucking vultures disrespecting that
Every
guy.
time a new movie comes out,
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
anytime a new movie
Say it
comes
again.
out, a new show, the figures that have been out for years, they triple them, they triple, they try to start tripling prices. It's an insane. It's just insane.
But it's not even just tied into Legends. It's all the different
Oh
fantasies.
yeah,
Look,
yeah, oh yeah.
they are on ETR. They do thief news almost every week. You have some kind of thief
Mm-hmm.
news about somebody have to
Right.
have it
Yeah.
first. They want to be the first one to get those clicks and likes and all that shit. And then you'll see them turn around and sell that same motherfucking toy because it still has the same numbers imprinted on it. They'll sell it for $100 so the next asshole can
Mm-hmm.
buy it and get clicks. And that's crazy
Yeah.
to me.
Mm-hmm.
Sam, you don't wash your clothes, you fucking liar. Down in the river with some rocks and stuff. Neanderthal.
Oh man, but yo, I actually like the I like the new Marvel stuff that's coming out. The I've been looking at the Mayfex stuff that's been coming out,
Yeah,
and
no, and I
it makes me want to get X-Men figures, man. And plus, I'd be seeing Eric B with his desk bots because I mean when he does the desk stuff, man, I
Don't be
never
fooled by
I
that. Eric makes those
dude,
figures look a lot
I
better than most of
never.
them are.
Every time I see Eric do desk bot stuff or desk figure stuff, man, it make me be like, "Yo, I think I may want to get into that, man. I may want to get into Mayfex because I never really paid attention to Mayfex until I started seeing him show his
I
stuff.
own one Mayfex and it's amazing. But let
Yeah,
me tell you, Eric has a way of
Same
making
here.
a dog turd shine like a mug on his desk, man. Because I've owned some of the figures that he's taken pictures of, and they look
yeah.
fucking amazing on his desk. And I'll go,
Hmm.
"What the fuck? This is the same. Get the fuck out of here and throw it over my shoulder." Like it just does not look or act the same how he makes it
Yeah,
look. He's good at what he
yeah.
does. Don't
He's
fall
got the
for
gift
that,
of
Plus,
man.
photography.
Yeah,
yeah.
man.
Plus
He's
his
selling you
posing game.
undercarriage insurance, man. Don't go for that.
No, I tell you, man, Eric's posing game is off the meter too, man. Because I be looking at him do some of those poses, man. I be like, yo, okay, I may have to start looking into this, man. Let me see where they would fit in here. And then I look around, I'm like, not yet. Not yet, not yet. I'll get into that later because I'm still trying to display some of my nostalgia stuff. Like yeah, we talked about it a couple weeks ago. We were talking about all the old stuff like your Bionic Six, your Super Friends stuff. I just pulled out when I did Blaster that week. I had pulled out a bag of figures of Super Friends figures I had. You know the figures that was in this particular bag? Apache Chief, Samurai, Green John Stewart, Green Lantern, and Black Vulcan.
Okay.
That's what I had in that bag, and I was like, "Yo, I want to put these up so bad, man." But yeah, I gotta figure out. First of all, I gotta plan the space. I gotta plan what type of display I want to put up and what type of cases I actually want to put them in, and then because it's a lot that goes into a focused collection. You know what I mean? So when you're doing focus stuff, that's exactly what it is. It's focus. You plan out all that stuff. You don't just go getting stuff and then be like, oh, okay, now I'm gonna put it up. No, it don't work that way. A lot of the times when you're buying your stuff, you have to plan that. You got to plan out what you're gonna do with it before you even buy it. That's why it's nice to have like I'm not gonna hate on the pre-order game. I did hate on it at first, but it gives you the ultimate way to actually plan for your stuff.
It forces you
You
to get
know,
ready for it.
yeah, it forces you to get ready for it because when it comes to that time, it's gonna you got to get ready to pay for it. At that moment, you should already know what you're gonna do with it when you receive it, and if you want to display it, you should already know where exactly it's gonna go. So yeah, man. Nah, man.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna I'm gonna say Matt Hurd said that the Dark Knight Returns Batman is like is the best Mayfex, and I've heard that, and it does look like a great figure. Not a huge fan of that. That I know it's gonna sound crazy. I own the comics, but I'm not a huge fan of Frank Miller's art styles. So I have it for what it is in Batman lore, but the Mayfex I do own that I think is amazing. I own SH Figure Arts Batman. I own
mm-hmm,
all the other Batmans. I own hundreds of them. Is
mm-hmm.
this Mayfex Hush Batman? Now you see, I have the
Oh,
Hush hat on. I
mm-hmm.
have the Hush shirt on. I am a Jim Lee Batman nut.
Mm-hmm.
This
Really?
is
Okay.
out of every Batman I own,
Mm-hmm.
minus nostalgia. This is the
Yeah.
best Batman figure I have,
Okay. All
hands
right.
down. Nothing touches it.
That's what's up.
And I'm kind of mad that the black version, the one with the black cape, is the one that came with the the eagle gargoyle for him to stand on, like he does in that famous drawing. I actually have a poster of it hanging on the wall. The one where he's standing out on that gargoyle with his cape flowing behind him and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
It came with the black one, even though in the picture it's the blue one that's standing on it. So that made me mad as hell. But this is an amazing figure. This right here makes me like Mafex. But I do have friends. My friend John that was on here on the hangout with us last week, big into Mafex for a long time.
Okay.
And he has some of the X-Men stuff, and it's not so great. Like I said, Eric makes that turd shine, man, because I've held in hand some of those. Mafex is the ones that do Amazing Yamaguchi, right? That's the same thing. No, that's Reveltech.
Yeah.
Reveltech and Mafex both have very hit or miss when it came to the X-Men stuff. As they had issues with falling apart and stuff, and I know they've gotten better. A lot of people that I know that collect Mafex says that their QC has gotten way, way, way better. But it used to be kind of messed up. But you know, we talked about toys and stuff, but you know, I'm back. I had to step away for a minute, and I was talking about Batman. I don't know what y'all turkeys did when y'all took over, but I'm in a DC kind of mood. And I know we had talked before about maybe getting into a conversation about the DCEU and where it is now and where we'd like to see it get
into. This coming week.
Like there's a lot of stuff's been happening recently. So I mean,
this week alone has been a lot of news coming out of that, man. Yo, Ezra Miller, man, that's a wild dude. Ezra Miller's a wild dude, man. And you talk about somebody that
supposedly.
Hold up, but you said there is no supposedly about it.
Nah, man, him fighting people is not wild. People fight people. The stuff that is crazy about him is all supposedly.
Like what?
Like all that stuff with him kidnapping this person and taking that person and trying to make it sound like he had some family shacked up in his house against their will. He was hiding some lady from her abusive husband. It's not as bad as everybody putting it out to be.
Yeah,
there's blood in the water, and he has done stupid shit. So literally everything's being put out as stupid shit. I'm tired of those.
I guess breaking into
I
guess breaking into someone's house to steal liquor is not crazy, right?
Man,
yeah, okay, and that's where I'm at with it.
Look,
I mean, that was just this week or last week alone.
That's some petty ass shit. You gonna tell me when you were younger you ain't do petty shit when you were younger,
dude? But you know what? He's not 15, and he's not broke in the ghetto either.
I mean, he might be broke. He do a lot of drugs. I don't know what the hell he be spending all his money on.
There's no excusing his behavior, man.
I'm not saying.
And he has
not all
probably single-handedly.
Here's the thing about that, because I didn't know that was the case. I kind of suspected that there was a reason he was doing what he was doing, but yo, you don't go into hiding if that's the real situation where you're trying to protect this person from someone else. There's people in authority that handles that stuff, and you would figure with his platform he would try to expose it that way. But yo, this dude, you would never know that now with everything that came out, with him breaking into the housing, with him with an underage female, all that stuff looks bad for him when you don't use your platform in a way it's supposed to be used. He could have went about this the right way.
Misinformation. She is not an underage female. She was once upon a time, just like we were all minors once upon a time. So that's what I'm saying.
But how old is she right now? How old is she right now?
19.
All right. And when this started, she was 18. He's known her. He's known her since she was 12.
Legal.
12 is not legal.
No, 18 and 19.
Hold on, go back.
Whoa. I was taking a drink. I was still on the 18 and 19. Y'all fucking relax, man.
We here at the Realmhattan Project do not promote this behavior.
At all. Y'all nasty, bro. Y'all know damn well I meant 18, 19.
He met her when she was 12.
Mm-hmm.
Grown man.
Mm-hmm.
He's hanging out with a 12-year-old, bringing a 12-year-old on trips. And then all of a sudden, the day her 18th birthday comes, oh, you know what? I think you're attractive now. No, it don't work that way. You know that.
Assumption you're making. Again, no, assumption being made. No, I'm not stopping. I'm not stopping.
That is ridiculous. Just because you want to see Keaton come back
No, I ain't got
You're
nothing to do with
willing-
nothing. We're
no,
talking about
no.
this man. You are character assassinating this man based on an assumption.
Damn right. What do you expect?
Based on an assumption.
What would you
based on an
do?
assumption.
What do you
Because
think? If that was me, what would you say?
Supposedly, she's not into dudes at all. That's not even the side of the fence she's playing on. Oh, okay, that goes away. The fact
I
that
didn't
she
even
doesn't
hear
like
that
dudes
until
goes
you
out the
said that.
window. But
Because I heard they were fucking.
from who? From Joe?
Same
down at the
people that
liquor
told you
store
she was fucking
on the
down.
corner buying Newports. Which one told you that?
Same
Who
damn
told you that
people.
they was fucking?
From the same damn
told
people
you?
you heard your stuff
It ain't
from.
the
Wow.
same people. Her mom and dad was talking about how she was transitioning. He was talking to her about what
What
it's like to
grown
be whatever the hell
man
what
is
he call
hanging
himself?
out with a child?
Right.
I don't excuse
It's
that
not
behavior,
family.
but
It's not family.
one or
It's not
the
your
other.
son. It's
It's
not your
not
cousin.
one or the
It's
other.
a
It's not
stranger.
That
because
whole
you hang
look.
out with a kid does not
Look.
automatically mean you fucking that kid when they're an adult. That is not the
Not where I thought we were going with all this.
in a
Look.
conversation.
Yeah.
You have
Look.
no business hanging out with him, and the parents
Agreed,
have
but
no
that was his
business letting
parents.
her
That was his
hang out with him
parents.
either.
That was her parents being bad parents, and now they're the ones riding this Ezra Miller wave, trying to start shit, saying that he was around their child. They
Derek,
allowed
what
it.
do you got to say, Derek?
Okay. Time out. First of all, this thing just went left all the way.
No,
This
it's
thing
about
went
DCEU,
left,
and this is what's
right.
driving it. This is what is driving the death of the DCEU. Is this whole
Okay.
thing right now?
But actually, to be honest, the DCU was dying out way before that whole situation came about.
Oh
You
no,
know,
no.
if
This
you
is
if
what
you
the
really
like
think
nail
about it,
in the coffin.
this is just this is probably the nail in the coffin. They're gonna have to redo all this shit all over all. This is why this is why Marvel and Disney have their shit locked so tight, especially with with the people that's their actors, their cast, and all that. They keep this shit locked down and they make sure of it. Yo, they almost canceled Letitia, the girl that played Shuri.
Yeah.
They almost kicked her the fuck out for all the stuff that she was doing, and she had to get all that. She had to get herself together and come. They had to come to Jesus with her, basically. That's the only reason why she was still in the Black in Wakanda Forever movie. That's the only reason why she's still in that movie. So big ups to Disney and Marvel for keeping a tight lid on everything that they do as far as Marvel is concerned. But DC, Warner Brothers, all them mugs need to get their shit together. I'm just saying, because none of this shit should have been going off.
Hey, send me the corn.
If they have, right, and it is what it is. It is what it is. DC can just hang this shit up, man. They might as well at this point stick to animation because that's the only shit that's relevant right now that they're doing. It's all their animation stuff. The last Green Lantern movie was fire. The Green Lantern, the Jon Stewart joint that they just did, fire. Absolutely incredible, brilliant. Everything about that joint was absolutely brilliant. I loved it.
Matt, you're nuts. That movie was trash.
Yeah.
Matt, come on.
That movie.
Yeah, hey, yo, Matt, I'm about to. Yeah, it's time for Matt to go to the cornfield. Can you send Chat Squad members into the cornfield?
Put chat member. I mean, no, we can't put him in the cornfield. But
we can't put chat members in the cornfield. Damn it!
But he's also saying that that's the best. That's better than anything that's come since Infinity War. I mean, let's put Endgame to the side. I don't know. He kind of might be right. Like, there's not a lot.
No.
He did say. Yeah, he might be right.
No, Spider-Man, the last Spider-Man movie.
Exception of the rule.
No, there's no. No, it's not an exception.
Yeah, but the other one had a shark.
Yo.
It had a shitty looking shark.
Suicide Squad 2 was trash, and the movie I'll put up against that mug, and that movie sucked too. Eternals. I put Eternals against Suicide Squad 2.
Yeah, same level.
Yeah, because that movie did suck. That movie did suck. So that's an argument you're gonna lose with me all day long. Hell out of here. Suicide Squad 2.
Oh God. Someone woke me up tonight.
They had a peacemaker in there. Come on, get the fuck out of here. I ain't taking it away now. Actually, you know what?
Not only that,
the Peacemaker TV series was absolutely brilliant, man. It was a I laughed the entire time I was watching that joint, man, because it was just that funny. It that's funny to me. So Peacemakers, the series was actually pretty dope. But yeah, man, nah, man. Suicide Squad 2, you can never have you can barely have a conversation with me about Suicide Squad, the first one. The first one. Now, that joint was half trash to me, you know. Yeah, that movie was half trash to me, man. Yeah, man.
Batman.
Oh, the second one was better than the first one, but it's just both still trash. I think the only thing that I've enjoyed from the DCEU so far was Aquaman and the first Wonder Woman. And I keep
Yeah,
forgetting Man of Steel. I keep forgetting
yeah.
Man of Steel was part of that thing too.
Man,
Man of
no,
Steel
yeah,
was a
Man of Steel.
great starting point, and then I don't
Yes,
know what the hell happened from there.
yeah, yeah. They did Batman versus Superman, and that joint tanked from that point.
Mhm.
And what rescued the storyline from that mug was Wonder Woman, and then you brought on Aquaman, and yeah, and then everything else with the shit. They're very the DC joints, the DC movies is very schizophrenic because the second Wonder Woman was trash too.
Yeah, absolutely. God,
Yeah, second Wonder Woman was
yes,
trash,
Very
yes.
man.
disappointing. Very, very disappointing.
Big
Yeah, it was
letdown. I agree with
very. I
that.
was very disappointed in the second one. I felt it. I've never felt it. I've never fell asleep on a movie twice before that movie. I fell asleep on that
I
movie twice.
I couldn't wait for it to be over.
No, 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 no. I'm not talking about watching it two, three different times.
No, I
The
understand where you're
first
coming
time
from.
I watched it, I fell asleep. I fell asleep towards a quarter through the movie, woke back up, and then fell asleep again. I have never ever done that in a movie before. On a movie before. I did it with that movie though, because the movie was trash.
Well, speaking of
That movie was
trash,
absolute trash.
Speaking of,
speaking of
speaking
trash,
of trash, the Snyder cut didn't save anything. It was just an extra 20 minutes of more trash.
Actually, no, it
It didn't
did.
save anything.
Because I love the Snyder cut. The Snyder cut was dope.
It was the same
Snyder cut was
movie.
dope.
It was the same
No,
fucking
it wasn't the
movie.
same. No,
What?
no.
Because it came,
The
they did it in
Snyder. I'm
black and
talking about
white
the.
like
You
Gort
talking
right
about
now.
no Justice?
Because you got the
No,
black and white version
Justice
like
League.
Gort.
Justice League Snyder cut was the movie they should have had in the first place.
It's the same
I
fucking
mean, yeah, it was.
movie.
It was 4 hours, but it explained a whole lot.
So
It
they just
explained a whole
explained why
lot.
they put the trash in there.
Yeah.
Uh,
Snyder cut, yeah. Hey, yo, Eric B. Snyder cut and Man of Steel were dope. Wonder Woman and Aquaman, but yeah, all of that, all of that was dope. But all the Suicide Squad movies, Wonder Woman 2, and what was the other bullshit? What they did another what was that movie?
Matt, I've said that same thing. Too much, and it's
Yeah,
watering down the whole cost. It's too much.
them Muzz was trash, man. DC need to get that shit together, yo.
well, speaking of getting your shit together, again, this is what brought the topic up in the first place. They are shelving Batgirl.
Good.
It's not happening. They're putting it on the shelf. They spent $90 million on
$90
this.
million,
And they said it's
$92.3 million on that,
$92.3
and they
million
said it's
dollars, and they said
95%
and
complete.
that right,
and they said fuck it,
and
it's
they
on the shelf.
And
right.
now this week they released saying that they might go ahead and shelve the Flash movie, which is costing them
And
$200 million.
I wish
Doing
I wish
Supergirl too.
I wish I was in Hollywood so I could be a cast member in that movie just to collect the check.
I'm gonna let y'all in on a secret. I didn't even know they were making a Supergirl movie until they said they were canceling that shit.
There hasn't been
You
much
talking about
about
the
that.
woke Supergirl or some of the woke Supergirl from CW?
That's
Or
CW.
no, no, no,
No,
no, no.
They're making a movie. Like
Movie.
they
No,
making
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah. I
movie.
saw because I saw the girl that was going to be in that bug. I was actually excited to see that Supergirl movie.
Sasha, I don't know how to pronounce her last
Yeah,
name.
yeah,
Sally.
yeah. I was really excited to see her, play Supergirl. But since they not doing it no more, then oh well,
What
it
other
is what it
things has
is.
she been in?
I don't
I
know.
don't
I don't.
I
I
don't
don't. I
even
don't
know.
know. I don't know the actress at all.
Then why were you excited to
Mhm.
see her as Supergirl?
Who was excited?
I didn't say I was.
No, because I saw the costume. Her
But there you go.
costume.
Now you're pointing in the right
Yeah,
way.
yeah, yeah. No, because I saw her and I saw her in the costume, and I didn't know nothing about her acting ability or nothing like that. But I was excited about the look of Supergirl because you gotta remember, I just saw 3, 4 seasons of this CW crap that they had on, and it was okay. I mean, I'm not going to discount that Supergirl all the way because it was actually pretty good to keep me invested in for 3, 4 seasons. But
But then they
towards the
took
end,
it.
I couldn't make it
it
past
was
the
just
first
trash.
episode. I watched the
Towards
first
the end, it was
episode and I
trash.
saw her on a couple of those crossover episodes, and that was it. I couldn't
Hmm.
do it.
Yeah.
I watched the CW stuff for a while. It wasn't
I'd
bad,
rather
but
watch the
that
old
show.
'80s Supergirl movie than watch that Supergirl
The
show.
CW verse tanked when they got rid of Arrow. Enough said.
It started.
The
That's
That's
all
C
I'm gonna
that's
say
when the
about
big
No,
that.
downhill
it
the
started.
went into
CW
toilet
tanked
well earlier.
when Arrow got into season 5 and 6, and Flash hit it into 5 and 6. Everything past that is trash, and Legends of Tomorrow was always trash. I hate to be that guy.
Mm.
Yeah, that one.
Oh yeah, I did. I couldn't get into Legends of Tomorrow. When they got rid of the dude, the main dude is on the Rip Van Torn or something. I forget his name. When he left the show,
Vandal
it got
Savage.
no, not Vandal Savage. The dude, the pilot, the captain of the plane, the captain of the ship at the time in the first season.
The Iceman guy.
No, the captain of the ship, man. Come on, Chat Squad, help me out. If y'all watch the show, what's his name? I thought his name was
I
Rip.
didn't watch the DC Legends this tomorrow.
Rip
Yeah,
Torn is an
Legend.
actor, and I don't remember him
No,
being in it.
Rip
no,
Hunter. Rip Hunter.
Rip
Rip
Hunter.
Hunter.
Yeah,
Thank you, Nick.
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Okay, Rip Hunter. Yeah,
Sam said Charles Lindbergh.
yeah. I don't know. So, but yeah, man. But yeah, I couldn't get into Legends of Tomorrow. That show was all over the place too.
I mean, yeah,
But
I couldn't get that one.
they couldn't make up their mind if they wanted to keep um Firestorm in the joint or not, or keep his the guy that was playing the old guy that was in the joint. They couldn't make up their mind if they wanted to keep him in. They barely let him be Firestorm, they be his character. And when I was just like, man, yeah, I'm done with this one. So yeah.
Well,
So
that's
no,
a
I didn't
budget.
watch
That's
that one for
probably a
long either.
budget thing. Him not being Firestorm often with the
Yeah, probably
effects.
costs a lot of
You know,
money for the CG.
that's one thing that always hurts these CW type shows is
Yeah,
they don't have the budget for the effects to do it as good as the movies. Do.
right.
Nope.
What do you want, baby?
Mhm.
Girl?
Yeah, because I like when they first introduced Firestorm in it, man. When they did uh old girl's boyfriend, and then they brought the brother in to be the other half of him. And I like the way
Agreed,
that
Eric.
story
Agreed, Eric.
I like the way that story transitions. So yeah, that was cool.
Well,
Yeah.
well, Matt, that's what I think is going to happen with DC now. I think that's why they're just cutting everything. They're gonna
Hmm.
cut.
But I don't think it's just DC. I think he's saying in general, all
Oh
of it.
well, yeah. I mean,
Like we're like famine and flood with this nerd stuff. Like we had nothing, and or like little drops here and there, all grown up, and we all prayed for something more than that, and wanted the rain to come, and boom, now we're flooded with the shit. You can't go nowhere
Yeah.
without drowning in some fucking nerd movie somewhere or nerd show
Hmm.
somewhere.
no.
And they need to
Because they
relax.
want to
It's too
keep
much.
everybody engaged.
I mean,
Because
it's,
look
Yeah.
it's
at look.
too, but they're gonna push away everybody because it becomes too much.
Yeah.
So I don't. I don't know if I ever subscribe to the too much thing. If it's good, like I thought, I've actually enjoyed just about every single DC Disney Plus. I mean, the DC Disney Plus show that's come out so far, except
Mm.
for Moon Knight. I found was a little boring.
Boba Fett.
I said, well, I think we're
Cute.
talking Marvel. I'm talking Marvel.
I was talking
Well,
just
Boba
nerd
Fett was
stuff in
trash.
general.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just saying
understand.
all
Yeah,
the
my
nerd
fault.
stuff is too
Well,
much.
Boba Fett was trash. We all know Boba
I
Fett.
got you. You mean just MCU stuff?
Yeah, I'm talking. Yeah, I'm trying to keep it to the MCU DC at least right now.
Mm.
I've enjoyed all those shows. The regarding the movies, most of this wave, what is it considered? Wave 5 that we're in right now. Wave 4. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. That Black Panther's the end of what? Wave
Wave
4.
Phase
four.
4. Phase
To the
Phase
end
4.
of
4.
phase
Phase 4.
4, moving into
Phase
Phase
5.
4
4.
has been lackluster.
Yeah.
Trash.
Yeah.
I did like the Doctor Strange movie. I didn't like it as much as I wanted to. I thought the Spider Man was great.
Spider-Man was the best one out of Phase 4 out of all
Yes.
of them.
Sorry, Matt.
You
I
actually
Doctor
Shang-Chi,
Strange.
no.
Doctor
Shang-Chi
Strange
was
was
actually
good for like
Shang-Chi was
10
good too.
minutes.
Shang-Chi wasn't better than Spider Man though.
Shang-Chi was
No,
better than
no.
Doctor
But
Strange.
those were the two best ones
Mm,
out of all of them to me.
I still actually kind of enjoyed the Black Widow movie. I know a lot of people give it a lot of hate.
I can't. I've tried twice to watch that movie. I've seen the very beginning when she's a kid, and I've seen the very end when everything starts blowing up, and I've seen nothing in between. I did it at the movie theater. I fell asleep in the fucking movie theater with my wife and kids trying to watch that movie, and then did it again here at the house. I just can't. That Black Widow movie, because I didn't care. Like, I did not
Mm.
care at that point.
But
That'd
to
be like
swing
having
this,
a. Can you imagine a Batman prequel movie where we talk about Thomas and Martha when they were going to college? Who gives a fuck? We know how the story ends. You're gonna get shot in the alleyway. I don't care about what you did
Mhm.
back in the day. Let's move on
Yeah,
with the story. Like
yeah.
she was dead and
That
gone. They should have
storyline's
they,
never
they
gonna
should have
change.
shelved that damn movie. They talking about shelving everything else. They should have shelved that.
Yes. You know what other series is actually pretty good, and most and some of y'all may not agree, but y'all seen it. Krypton. Have y'all seen Krypton?
I haven't watched it, but I've heard it
no,
was
No,
I
I
good.
haven't
didn't. I
seen that.
Kryp-
didn't watch. I
Krypton
didn't
was
get to
actually
CW
watch it.
too.
pretty
I
good. Krypton was actually pretty good. I liked it. I'm still watching it as a matter of fact. I'm watching the latest series, the latest season. But yeah, Krypton was actually pretty good. It was the prequel to Superman. So, it was actually the prequel to, before Krypton, was destroyed. So, yeah.
Matt,
with
quit trying to make me agree with you.
you know,
You always trying to
Yeah.
make me agree with him.
Matt, you all over the place, man. You like stuff, you don't like
No, Matt
stuff,
doesn't
man.
like
Cause
anything. I don't
dude,
know if we talking about the same Matt. Matt hates
yeah,
everything. The
Matt,
only thing
yeah,
Matt
Matt,
likes is
because
his
he
wife.
said Loki was awful, which I absolutely agree with him.
It was
Loki wasn't that
boring.
good.
It was
oh my
Yeah,
word.
boring.
Loki. Yeah, they they really tried hard with Loki.
Look, when I say this, y'all should understand how bad that show was. Owen Wilson was the best part of that show.
Yep,
That's bad.
yeah.
That's bad.
Look,
I forgot.
look, look.
I'm on a cast
Broke,
of haters.
broke nose and all.
Cast of
Did
haters.
I?
We're not that bad.
Cast of haters.
yeah,
Wolf didn't mind Loki because there were no children in it, so he was good with that one.
yeah.
He don't like shows that have children in it.
Yeah, that's it.
But
Nothing
I
kids.
mean, when I,
And
when I
somebody said something about Agents of Shield. I loved Agents of Shield.
I did up until the end of the Ghost
I
Rider
gotta
arc.
scroll up to see. Somebody said something about Agents of Shield. Agents of Shield never good. What? Oh yeah, there's Matt. And there's Matt too. So
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly. So Matt,
Yeah,
if
but
you, Matt can tell you the
hey,
fact.
hey, Matt, love you, bro, but nah. Yeah, I loved Agents of Shield, man.
And then you
Agents
look
of
at
Shield,
this,
Agents of Shield. Although even with all the stuff they went through with they did with Coulson and all that, the ins and out of Coulson's character, I enjoyed every part of that. So yeah,
I
Agents
still
of
think the
Shield was
Ghost
good.
Rider season was the best one, though. I liked seeing Robbie Reyes and he was
Yeah,
alive.
Even the Ghost Rider storyline was actually good. Yeah, I liked it. Yeah. Uh, I gotta take a pee break. I'll be right back.
Gross. Like we don't have a private chat that he could have just typed that in and walked away.
Derek TMI over here. All right, so
you know,
again, one question I have is they did announce they want to do a 10-year plan, DC. The new boss in charge, David Zaslav. What is I mean, what
who?
do you think of this? I don't know. New boss, David
He's
Zaslav.
the guy running
Oh.
ownership.
Is he the
Is
guy from
the
Discovery
Joker
that's coming over?
musical part of that 10-year plan? Because that's something that needs to be scrapped before they even start.
Now here's the thing: is everybody keeps hollering musical. I think it's gonna have a musical part in it, and like I think it's gonna be like all in his crazy ass fucking head because
Yeah.
that makes sense with that Joker. If
Yeah.
you watch that movie,
It depends now. If you're gonna give me some musical scenes of what's going on in his head, that's one thing. But if this is going to be, because they keep saying it's going to be a musical, if this entire thing is a musical, I don't know what the fuck they're doing. And it just shows
it's gonna
that,
be Hamilton and Joker had a baby.
you know,
and this is
it's
gonna be
gonna,
that.
you know, it's not, I don't think it's something that's gonna fly well.
Whew.
And it's more of the DC. What the fuck are you doing? Because I have zero desire. If you want to make a Joker musical, go fucking to Broadway.
Broadway.
They did a Spider-Man musical. They did an Avengers musical. Take that shit to fucking Broadway. I don't think it's anything that I want to see. Now if they do it like Ricky said, where it's parts here and there, because in his head everything's a musical, I'll give it a shot.
What's the
It's
new
just-
writer's name?
I don't fucking know.
Look it up.
See, and look, I'm agreeing with Matt, and that's a problem.
Yeah, there's worth
Yeah,
nothing.
Well,
agree
I
with Matt.
wouldn't agree. I don't hate all musicals. I just hate a lot of musicals. It's not the same
Todd
Yeah.
thing.
Phillips.
You know,
Nah,
it,
Hamilton.
The same guy
Hamilton
that
was
did the
dope.
first one.
Hamilton was dope.
Hamilton
Yeah,
was stupid. That shit was
yeah.
dumb
It
and
was
whack as fuck.
Hamilton was dope.
That shit
Hey,
was dumb,
hey,
dude.
hey!
My kids start
Don't
singing
come for
Hamilton in my
Hamilton.
house. My kids start singing Hamilton in my house. I tell them to go sit out in the front yard and sing that bullshit. They gotta go with that nonsense, man. I ain't got
Don't
time
you
for that.
come for Hamilton.
Fuck Hamilton. I say it
Hamilton
now.
was
I'm
fucking dope.
I'm a Aaron Burr Hamilton. Fuck that goddamn shit. If any of y'all get
Now I
that,
was
I
asking about
appreciate your
the.
historical
I was
reference.
asking who what writer was y'all talking about because I hope he do better than Jeff Johns did with Stargirl, but we're not gonna talk about that anyway.
Ooh.
yeah, I didn't watch Stargirl either.
Yeah.
I had what I was just talking about the Joker. You know how Joaquin Phoenix just did that Joker movie, which I
Hmm.
thought was really good, but they're doing a second one that's now supposed to be being billed as a musical, and
Hmm.
I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing? Lady Gaga was just cast to play Harley Quinn,
But
which
everybody dumped on Joker when they announced
Actually,
Joaquin Phoenix as Joker,
no,
and
I
it's
thought
really a
mhm.
great
oh, I think he's
movie.
great.
No,
I think he's
I'm talking about when
Before
they announced
beforehand.
it. I'm not talking
Yeah.
about what we got to finally see. I'm talking about when they announced
everybody bitches about
Joaquin
every
Phoenix.
actor that gets cast nowadays.
You're literally
You
doing the
know,
same thing right now about number two. That's what I'm saying.
no,
Is
I'm not. I'm not bitching about the casting. I'm bitching about the direction of a musical. I don't
Hmm.
mind Lady Gaga in the movie.
No,
okay.
I don't
I thought
mind
you
the
were saying
lady.
you
I
didn't
don't
like Lady
mind
No,
seeing
Gaga.
no, no,
Lady
no, no. I don't
Gaga in
mind Lady Gaga in the
anything.
movie at all.
I
No,
got
no.
you.
Everything I've ever seen Lady Gaga in has been incredible.
I'm not a. What did you say?
I'm a Lady
She
Gaga
call her
fan,
friends?
definitely.
Lady
What's that?
Gaga calls her fans
Yeah,
what? What did you say the
I'm
other day?
definitely. No, no,
He's
I
a
said
You told
Gaga.
me.
I'm definitely a
He's
Lady
a
Gaga
Gaga
fan.
gaggle gal.
Yeah, when you
Something
ask me
like
if I'm
that.
a monster, she calls
Oh,
me a monster.
monsters, little
Yeah,
monsters.
no, I'm not a little monster. I'm not a little
Yeah.
monster,
I
but
mean, I wouldn't kick her out of the sack in the morning, but I
oh,
mean, I am like,
it's not even that. Like I
Oh
like
wow.
and it's actually
I ain't go
funny.
that far. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, my
Uh,
mom would
Yeah.
be happy I brought home a Jewish girl. She'd be like,
a star was born. I saw a star was
So
born, and
real
I
quick, I
saw
want.
that at TFCon.
Mhm.
Resting. We were all up in the room and it came on. It was me, Dave, Dom, Brink. We
bunch
had the
of
big
grown
screen.
ass men watching a romance movie together. Keep on listening.
It
Keep
was a
on
good
listening.
movie. It was a
Drinking,
good
drinking
movie.
in
It
the
was late at
Oh
night.
hotel.
man.
So
It
glad
was
I
It
was
was
late
not
at
late at
night.
invited.
night. We
Oh,
cuddled
you
up.
got
We broke out the
one giant spoon fest
tissues.
going on in there.
No, well,
Right. Broke
we had
out
a
the sleeping
suite,
bags and
so
everything.
we had a suite, so it had the
Dom's
actual
definitely the little
living room in
spoon.
the middle, and then the bedrooms were attached. And yeah, like Matt said, Gaga can act, so I'm
Yeah.
fine with the casting.
Hmm.
I
That
loved her
I
in
have no issue with her.
Yeah.
what's American
My
Horror
only
Story.
complaint
Loved her.
is a musical just makes just if this entire thing is them singing and dancing the entire fucking time, I don't think it's
I
gonna do
got you. I
well.
misunderstood what you were saying about the
Yeah,
Lady Gaga part. No,
no.
I'm good with the acting part. The musical, I'm okay
Yeah.
if it's not like you said. If it's like mixed up, chopped up in between, or even if like the first half of the movie runs that way, but then all of a sudden there's a switch that
You're
flips.
gonna lose me before you get to anything that's not a musical if you do that entire first half.
Eh,
It's just
I'll just
not what
message
I
you and be
want to
like,
see.
"Hey, get the minute 51. It stops."
And then
The
I'm just waiting for
musical.
like
The
Netflix or
musical
something
is
like
what
that.
ruined Hawkeye series for me.
But that
That
wasn't
was what ruined it for you.
At the end, yeah, it did. So
why.
because it was what it was.
I didn't think it was that bad. It wasn't part of the.
You
It was
talking
just
about
a
the
small. It
Avengers
was a small
musical
thing.
thing? That was like
The
a
Avengers
gag
is
in
a.
the whole show.
I can do this all day. Fuck out of here.
That was like 30 seconds of it. By the way, what was the line again that they were singing, Derek? Do that again.
No, you only get one out of me.
Oh,
Yo,
it's recorded for posterity. It's on YouTube for forever, dude. I'll make a clip out of that shit.
I can do this all
Look,
day.
Dormammu
Yeah,
backing
okay.
you up, man. You got a backup singer already.
Right. Oh, but to scale back real quick, I ain't want to ignore this one. Eric has said this is in regarding Agents of Shield. He said it fell off after after they merged with the Inhumans. It wasn't so much that they fell off; they took too long telling the story. I think that's what really killed that particular piece for it. So yeah, but anyway, back to the musical shit. But
I'll be
yeah,
okay
that's
if
what
it's not
killed.
the whole thing. As long as it's
Yeah,
not the whole thing. Like
Right.
it does kind of throw water on on my fire a little, but I'm hoping it's not the whole entire thing.
Yeah.
Um,
But
and like I've noticed that while we were talking, we kind of keep circling the drain. We started out on DCU, back to Marvel, and back and forth and stuff. And ironically, I
mhm,
think it's because we have more to talk about with Marvel. As much as we're
yeah.
like when we talk about being over inundated with shit, it's Marvel.
Mhm,
DCEU hasn't put a bunch of crap out there. But
No,
mhm.
no,
oh,
no,
let
no,
me
no.
correct that.
DC's only
DCEU
put
has put
crap
a
out
lot
there.
of crap out there,
You
but they
know,
haven't
they've
just
only
made
put crap
they
out there.
haven't made a no not only, but they just haven't made a lot of stuff compared to like Marvel. Marvel's more
You
there's
know,
more stuff to
I
talk
think
about with Marvel.
I think their biggest issue is they try to
You
rush and
just said
catch
with
up to
me
what
fell off. Ah, I can't. I
they
can't.
tried to rush and catch up to what Marvel did,
Yeah. Hey,
and
but
they're not under one. There's not one vision, one director, one person helming the entire line to
Mhm.
keep it going the way Feige and all of them have kept
The
Marvel
Russo
going, even with
brothers,
all the
yeah.
side projects. You know, there's still one. There's like one team, one vision there. DC does not have that, and especially now with all
We
these
have a
side
bot. We have a
movies.
bot. Hold on, excuse me.
Of
Go start
course,
blocking and deleting.
you know it's all right.
mm,
Oh
Yeah,
man, nudes.
Every week it's great. Like somebody
yeah.
click on
I'm
that and share the
mm-hmm,
screen or
yeah.
something, man. I need to.
don't worry.
Mm.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out one day.
Yep.
What was the name of the site again? No, I was kidding.
It's called I'm Telling Sean. That's what the name of the site is. I'm
Like you
Well,
don't
telling
have that
well,
bookmark. Get out
someone
of
was.
here.
It was. They were
Whatever, man.
advertising
Yeah,
Wolf's
you
OnlyFans.
bookmarked that shit before it
Miss
got
Sean,
deleted.
I'm
Get the fuck
telling.
out of
I'm
here.
telling. I told you. I'm
Yeah.
telling.
Pretty
DC
much,
accused the
Burgers.
real
You're
mother.
pretty much
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
exactly what's going
Pretty
on right
much.
now.
Yep.
I
It's
like
Yeah,
their
I agree with
so
animated
that.
all
stuff.
over the
Yeah.
place.
But their
Yeah.
animated stuff was awesome. The
Yeah.
Batman was a great new starting point. As much as Eric
Yeah.
hates it, I think this Flash would
Who
have been a
hates?
great
No,
reset. No, the Flash.
it, wa-
Because
I
it would have got
wanted.
rid of your buddy Ezra Miller. He would have been done at that point, and it would have let them reset the whole entire live action stuff,
That's all I wanted from this movie at this point, is for it to
which is
come
what they're
out
gonna do in
just
that
to
movie.
reset it. But you know
Yes.
what? If you're gonna reset it by just cutting it,
Well,
I'm fine with that also.
instead they did it with a Discovery merger. So there you go.
Yeah, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
fine with that also.
That's
Cut
the
and done.
flashpoint
Wash
is
your hands.
Discovery bought it. Well,
Give us.
they better not trash the Batman though, because I'm very interested to see what Matt Reeves continues to do with that.
People
Because
like
Well,
that.
that
They're
was
not
an
going to do
awesome
that.
You
movie.
know, I don't
It's
think
part of the
there's.
DC stuff. That's what I'm saying. Everything ever since Discovery stepped in, everything with
Mhm.
DC attached to it has slowly been getting cut,
No,
one thing
no,
at a time.
no.
But I
Well,
think
One
it's
thing at a time.
it's everything.
They want
Yeah,
to
I'm
make
sorry,
good
Corey.
DC things, not crap. That's why
Yeah,
they were getting rid of that stuff.
Mhm.
but they're getting
It's
rid of everything.
that's attached to
No, they
to
haven't
that
been getting rid of
DCEU
everything.
stuff. Everything that's been attached to the Justice League vision is what's been cut. Cut
Yeah.
everything. That's everything they're cutting so
Yeah.
far. You know, they haven't cut Aquaman yet, and I don't think they will after all this nonsense with Amber Heard and all this
Amber
shit,
Heard.
and
Yeah.
having to fire her and
That's another
recast
problem.
and reshoot.
Why not? We're getting rid of it because Ezra Miller's a jackass. Let's get rid of
I
Aquaman
think
because
they put
Amber
too much
Heard's a
money into that
jackass.
at
Let's
this
just
point. I think they
$200
put
million
too much money.
ain't chump change, dude. Let's just get rid of
Yeah.
all that shit.
The
Nope.
problem is,
if I gotta lose Keaton,
I got a
you
question.
gotta lose Jason Momoa. No, for
I got
you
a
too,
question.
sir.
What's your
I
question?
got a I got a
What's your
question.
question?
Are they really going to cast Amber Heard shit in the Aquaman movie?
It's gonna be fish shit just floating in the background.
I'm asking for a friend. I just want to know. I just want to know.
Miss Sean, I need
If
you to
not,
walk in there
okay.
and slap him in his head, man, because he is.
She's
losing
not
it, bro.
here. I'm not
Oh, that's
home.
you're in Washington, damn it. Miss
Ah,
Sean, you write
that's
this
why I'm
down.
acting
Over here,
up.
over here.
Oh.
Write it down and get him when he gets back, Miss Sean.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy, dude.
Okay.
But yeah, that got a little off
Um,
rails of where we thought it was gonna go, but it's okay, man. Like we knew it wasn't gonna stay too tight. We kind of when we even pre-discuss stuff, we want a starting point, but we know with 5 different personalities, with 5 different opinions on stuff, it's gonna go left of center very quickly, but stay in the hemisphere. So I mean, at the end of the day, we all kind of want the same thing. We want DC to be better. No matter what our
I
reasoning is
think
of why
there's
we think
room
it's
for both.
trash.
Yes.
Yes. is
Right.
it that's regardless of why we think it's trash and what needs to be changed. We all agree that it needs to be better. And I
Mhm.
am it, dude, Batman tattooed. I'm a DC guy over Marvel, and I
Yeah.
1000% agree it needs to be fixed. I think the Batman is a good starting point. As much as Eric hates to hear it, I think the Flash would be a good way to burn all the past down and start into something new.
Oh, do a
And
flashpoint.
that's what they're doing in this movie that they're talking
That's
about
what the movie was
canceling.
supposed to be.
That's what
It's
they're
supposed to
supposed
be
to
a
be doing.
flashpoint,
This
so
was
they
going to
could
be the
reset
last time we
everything.
saw Ezra Miller. He was going to be gone after this anyway. So just put that shit
Mm.
out, reset everything, and start over and move forward from there.
They're just gonna
And
reset by doing a
yeah, they're just not even
quick
going to
chop.
bother. They're just not even
Done. We're
bother. They're
done.
like,
Pull the plug.
it's reset. Or more importantly, get whoever the hell is doing your animated movies, writing them, and getting those ideas
It's not
together
the
and
same thing.
the ideas. I'm not talking about drawings and
Yeah.
directing. I'm talking about the ideas that they're running through that.
That's
Get
Bruce.
them into
That's
those
Bruce Tim.
meetings.
That's Bruce
Not
Tim.
all
Well,
of it's Bruce
Bruce
Tim. Not
Tim.
all of
Well,
it
yeah,
is.
but the majority of it was, and Bruce Tim is freaking brilliant when it comes to those
Yep.
animated movies.
If you
So
Come on,
see
who are you talking
what
to?
they
Bruce
did
Tim's the man.
between um the animated Flashpoint movie all the way up into Apocalypse War,
yeah,
that was all one continuity. All those movies were
and
all fit in, even though you
mhm.
still had your side movies, your Teen Titans, your Justice League. You know, it worked, and it
hmm
was amazing. Like I
Miss
love that
Shawn thinks
entire run right there.
Miss Shawn thinks the entire realm of collectors should be in all the DC movies.
hey, I'll take it.
All of them. I'll take
I'll
it.
take. Look, I'll take that
Dibs on
check.
Superman.
But
The way
yeah.
you had that direction is what you need for your movies going forward.
So they did it. Flash. They Batman convinced Flash to do the run back in the past to reset everything. We just haven't seen anything
No, exactly
to
what they've been
reflect
that's what
that
doing.
to
this
reflect
that's
that
what
revamp. Yeah.
that's what this was supposed to do. That's why Keaton is in the movie. He's supposed to be that old
No,
Flash
no, no,
from
no,
Flashpoint.
no, no. I'm talking about at the end of
Come on,
Apocalypse War,
Oh,
we're
the
talking about the
Apocalypse
animated
War?
stuff.
the animated
Okay.
joint.
No, they
Yeah.
did.
So
That was the end of that set. The next set they're supposed to be doing is supposed to be a whole different timeline now.
And they
yeah,
haven't
but I
started that
thought
yet.
with Green Lantern when they introduced this Green Lantern, I thought that was going to be part of it, and it's not.
Nope.
So and it's
I
and
don't.
it's fine, but because this Green Lantern movie actually stood out on its own as
Yeah,
being great.
I don't know
So
when they're planning on, or if they're planning on doing another one universe continuity again. Because what, like you said, what we've been getting with them now since that end was a lot of one offs.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
they did the
Individual
hut, they did
stories.
the long Halloween stuff.
Mhm.
What else is kind of like Red Sun
Hush.
was it or
Hush
Sun?
was after
Yeah,
that.
Red Sun.
Hush was afterward. They've done a
Hush
lot
was
of one off
afterwards.
things like based off of popular comic book stories is what they've
yeah,
been doing.
yeah.
But even though those have been done really well, like whatever energy or thought process you're putting into your animated stuff, put that same thing and put that same energy into your movie stuff.
And also to add to that, all of that was New 52 as well.
Yep.
Yeah. So you gotta
Which is
So
why the
whatever they're gonna
designs were a
do,
little different. Even when they did the
yeah.
old storylines, the designs
hmm
were different because they were using new 52 designs, like Superman with the collar and the no underwears and all that stuff. It was
Yeah,
new
they started
designs.
that. They started that with what was the name of that joint? It was
Like the very
Justice
first ones,
League. It was Justice League something.
War. Was
Justice
it
League
War?
War. Yeah, it was Justice
Yeah.
League War. That's where it started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Flashpoint kicked off Justice League War, and
Yes.
then we had I think a Batman movie, and then we had the
Yeah, Batman and
Atlantis movie.
Robin, Batman and
Yeah,
Son.
I
all
don't know
those
the
ones.
exact continuity the way each
But
movie
Flashpoint
worked
was the very first
chronologically.
one.
Yes,
Flashpoint was the
Flashpoint
first one.
kicked that off, and then the
Yeah.
Flash ended it after the end of Apocalypse
Yep.
War. And if you guys have not watched those animated movies,
I
you
have them all, and
really
I will
need to
tell
watch it.
you they are
Anybody in the
better than
chat, if
anything
you
else.
have not watched
hmm
those
Yeah, they're on my
that new
list for sure.
52 animated run, you have to
Yeah.
watch it. It's
Yeah, you
about
gotta
20
watch it.
something movies,
hmm Yeah,
all
that
so
entire run
good.
was actually
Justice
pretty
League
good.
Dark, Constantine.
Yeah, Justice League
Yeah.
versus Teen
Both
Titans.
both Justice League Darks were good.
The
Yep.
Teen Titan, all the Teen Titans joints was good too.
The Judas contract is great. great.
Yeah.
Yep.
Look, I can talk about these animated ones all day. We have a whole nother show about that. I own them all. I love them all. Like that's
Hmm.
Yeah.
now you are singing my damn song when you talk about those animated ones. But we started
Yeah.
out talking about the DCEU. At the end of the day, bumping heads and talking shit to each other, we all agree it does need to be fixed. It's messed up where it's at
No
now.
question.
There's stuff.
Yo,
There's pieces that we like here, pieces that we like there. We like this director, we like that actor. There's little, but in overall encompassing thing, it needs to be fixed. It is messed up, and it needs to stop trying to be Marvel. If DCEU wants to make it, they need to stop trying to catch up to the Avengers and just start on their own.
and just
Do the
do their own
do
thing,
the
you know.
individual movies like they were going to start out, like the Batman movie and the Superman movie and the Wonder. Do those. Quit trying to race to the team movie just to try to catch up with the Avengers.
Said
Start
Gina
slow.
Carano can play Lobo. You know who would
Oh,
have been?
come
You
on.
know who would have played Lobo perfectly?
The Rock.
Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa
Ew.
would have been the perfect Lobo.
Barf.
If he wasn't playing Aquaman, he would have played. He would have been good at Lobo. He would have been
I could
perfect
maybe
for
see
Lobo.
The
that.
Rock can't play the
Yeah.
Rock perfectly. Fuck out of here.
The Rock is a Rock
I
playing
can
The
barely,
Rock.
I barely see the Rock as Black Adam. Nah, I barely see that. So it's just
Yeah,
like,
Carl Urban.
yeah,
That
But
might
yeah,
work. That
yeah,
might have worked. That might have worked.
that would have worked. Yeah, Carl
That might
Urban
have
as
worked.
Black Adam. Yeah, that would have worked.
no, I think he's
No,
saying
I
as
think
Lobo.
Carl Urban as
He's
Lobo
saying
might
as
have
Lobo.
worked.
Yeah,
Nah, I would
he's
have
saying
said.
as Lobo.
He's a good actor.
Yeah, I like that.
Dormammu
He's been around.
Dormammu
that's-
said whack Adam.
Yeah, we're getting back to it. Is it needs to be fixed? We're all in agreement
Yeah.
on that. No
Yeah,
matter
I
what our
need to be
reasoning, we
fixed.
all agree on that. And we could talk about that till
Yeah.
the cows come home. But I'm pretty sure our boss is knocking on the door talking about y'all hitting overtime now because we're kind of pushing that clock. So
Yeah,
Hey.
Yeah.
I think it's about time for us to start wrapping it up. Want to thank the chat squad for coming out tonight. You guys had me dying tonight,
Mhm.
as usual. Let's go around the board here. Tell everybody where they can find you. Ricky, where can we find you at?
Here on Friday nights and doing Now You Made It Awkward podcast. We had a special guest last week. We actually had Dormammu came on with us and did a show, and he might possibly be on again this week. One of our main cast members has family issues going on that he's having to take care of, so Dormammu's kind of stepped into that spot to help us out, which has been
Praise
cool.
up.
So we do that, and that comes out, and Rock Jesus, you about to be crucified. You better watch your mouth talking about Tom Cruise and Lobo. You shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
Nah.
Derek, you can find you at.
Derek B, better known as Derek Bigsby on your Facebook, on your face of books. And you can find me in your different Facebook groups. You can find me on Monday nights bringing the what to your chat squad. You can also find me occasionally on the Realm of Collectors channel of Right Out of the Box with my man Dust Mites, Eric B, and Dormammu and Jose. If, we can get them on there. And you can find me here every Friday at 9 o'clock on either the Realm Hatton Project or
The Rock,
the Rock
Hangout.
Hangout. See, I got it right this time.
There you go. Wolf, tell us where we can find you at.
You can find me, Eric Von Wolfenstein, on all your social media needs and maybe coming to a town near you. We'll see.
Selling vacuums.
With vacuums.
Vacuums.
He'll
Gort,
teach you
where
how
can
to
everybody
vacuum your
find you at?
city.
You can find me right here, Fridays at 9.
Gotcha.
Coming soon in Technicolor.
And you guys can find me here every Friday night on the Realmhattan Project, 9 p.m. You can find me on Facebook, Eric Espada. I'm on Instagram, EE202020. Just want to point out some things. Next week, we will actually be doing another show and not a hangout. We're giving you guys back-to-back
Another
shows
one.
because the week after that, will be BotCon. And we're going to have a lot of people traveling for BotCon. So we're going to do a hangout BotCon night. And we're going to put this out there now during the hangout. All you guys at BotCon, join us from the Rock Party. 5-10 minutes, go live. Let us see what's going on. Rub it in how we're not there. Hit me up while you're there.
Hey, Wes is
Don't
taking
forget.
shots at you, Derek.
Hold on, what happened?
Wes is taking shots at you, bro.
Okay, it's a juggle.
Don't forget to catch the other Realm
Find Derek
channels.
B showing his new toys on show
ETR
day.
Monday nights.
Yo,
I believe
what?
Breaking the Mold is on
Hey
a
yo, hey yo, Wes.
hiatus for the next couple of weeks. Wednesday night, Shelf Gravy, Figure Banging. Fridays and every Friday with us, Realmhattan Project and Rock Hangouts. Want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. Anybody else got anything to say, or I'm going to close it out now?
Check out Ricky's Ezra
Peace.
Miller fan page.
And on that note,
Check out.
Say it with me now. Realmhattan.